Hey fashion lovers, ever wondered how to make the perfect trouser pocket that sits just right and looks super clean? Well, you're in the right place. Today I'm showing you a simple step-by-step method on how to create a stylish functional pocket that will upgrade any pair of trousers. Let's get right into it. So firstly, I'm going to put a fabric on fold. I'll be putting the fabric. This is 14 by 11, but on fold is going to be 7 inch by 11. So we'll have to confirm it's 7 inches by 11 on fold. So you should have already drafted out your trouser because we're going to be using the sides of the trouser to cut out this pocket. So what we'll do is take the sides of the trouser, and I'm just going to be using one piece to do this illustration. So I'm going to take out the sides of the trouser. Now to get the depth of the pockets from where the waist to where your hands will go into the pocket, will be using 7 inches. 7 inches is just perfect, but if your hands are extremely big you can come down to 8 inches, but 7 inches fits for most people. So on the sides of the trouser I'll be going in by 3 inches. My allowance is already in the trouser, so I'll just be going in by 3 inches. You can make yours 2.5. It shouldn't be too wide. So I'll connect with a ruler down to the 7 inch, and then I'll cut it out. But just in case, this trouser is not so fitted on the waist because it has a pleat, this short, sorry. So but if yours is fitted on the waist, this part that you are going to cut out from the trouser, you can keep it to mark it out when you are done on the pockets to ensure that you have the fitting. You understand what I mean later. So now this is it. I've cut out the pocket and the trouser. So yeah, we're already having our pocket facing and our pocket bag together. So if you put it on fold, we have our pocket bag and our pocket facing all together. Now all you have to do is to put it to your trouser and run it on the sewing machine. So now I'll explain it more clearer for you. So this is it. This is going to be the part you sew in, and the other part is going to be the pocket bag. So like I said, if your trouser is already shaped, you can keep that part that you cut out from the short or the trouser, so that once you've arranged your pocket, make sure that the sides are equal. Once you've arranged your pocket like this, you are going to take that part of the trouser that you shaped that and put it on this part I'm pointing to, and just curve it with the part that you took out to give you that shape on the waistline. But if you don't have a problem, you can reshape it when you are sewing your trouser. So this is it. This is how we're going to sew it in on the sewing machine. So once I get, I'll just sew the under the sides. I will sew the sides when I'm sewing the sides of the trouser, so you don't have an issue with that. So now I'll just go to I've already went ahead to weave my shorts. So this is what I'll do on the sewing machine. I'm just going to take it to the sewing machine and run it down to that part. Then when I've run it down, this is how it's going to look like. So this is the practical illustration of it. On the sewing machine now, I'm going to run that part that I cut the pocket out from. I'm going to run it down. Now I'm going to flip it over and make sure that the sides and the top are equal. But first of all, I will iron it because the fabric I'm using doesn't relax easily. It's Mikado, so I'll have to iron it. So now I've ironed it, and I also ironed hemming gum at the back of the pocket. You can add strong paper stay behind that part of the pocket before you sew, but I forgot to add, so I'm just using hemming gum. Still holds, is better for me, it holds it in place. So now I'm going to make sure that the sides of the pockets and the top are all equal, then I'll pin down the sides because I'm going to stitch down the top of it. So now everywhere is equal and balanced, there's nowhere packing, so I stitched it down. So now what I'll do is I'll close the bottom part of the pocket. As for the sides, once I'm running my trouser allowance, it's going to close. So that is it for the pockets. This is it. You can just run it down, but if you don't run it down, you can just hold it to the pin, and when you are closing the sides of your trouser, is going to close. So this is it. This is just an easy method of making your pocket. This is a simple trouser pocket. So this is the final outcome of the pockets when I already put my band and my fly zipper. So guys, thanks for stopping by. Please kindly like and subscribe. Bye.